Hi, my name is Michael Haupt and I'm of the Initiative Minderheiten, a non-profit and non-governmental organization with offices in Vienna and Innsbruck. The Initiative develops and realizes social, political and cultural projects and acts as a platform and network for Austrian minorities. It is active in the cultural transfer and dialogue between minorities and majorities, always aiming at better social coexistence. I'm leading the office in Innsbruck, and we are among 10 partners in the EU project Volunteering Among Immigrants. In this project, we were participating in a film project by director Eric Bayala from Burkina Faso. His film asks Tyrolean artists about their ideas on topics like migration and flight, how a good life for people who migrated can be established, and what are the opinions and how do the artists express their opinions about these topics. Our part was, besides participating in the concept and supervising the whole project, to introduce and accompany Sofiya Darsaniya as volunteer in this film project. What she did and what she learned, Sofiya will explain in the upcoming interview herself.
My name is Sofiya Darsaniya. I'm a Georgian girl. I was born in Georgia, in Sukhumi. It's a town in Abkhazia. It's a region of Georgia, but since 1991, Georgia is controlling no more Abkhazia because it's occupied by Russia. I get my education in Ukraine, and I can say that I also worked as a journalist in Ukraine, and now I'm in Austria. A journalist, it's a very difficult profession in Ukraine. And I was working in a magazine, and it was not a very popular magazine, but we were trying to write true stories about corruption in Ukraine. And I got their problems because of this. This is the reason why I'm here in Austria. I was involved in a lot of organizations, for example, Amnesty International, Red Cross, and other organizations. Also, I'm working as a volunteer in Freirad. I'm doing the fourth year my own program there. It's about migrants and about history and traditions from very different countries. For me, it means a lot to work as a volunteer and to give what I can to give, to help how I can to help. Yeah. It helps me a lot to get in touch with Austrian people, my volunteer work, but it's not just about to get in touch with Austrian people, because I'm thinking that it's very important right now to, in this society and in this moment, when we have in Europe such a problem, it's not a problem, but it's our reality that it is very difficult for migrants and for refugees to find themselves in Europe, and I think that they need my help more. Every time I can do something for these people, I'm doing it with a pleasure. Am I integrated in Austria? It's good question, because I think that integration, it's not from one side. About my integration in Austria, should talk my friends, Austrian friends also. are they, my Austrian friends, integrated into my life, into my personality. And integration means for me that my friends, my Austrian friends, respecting my traditions and my wife of life, the way I respecting Austrians' wife of life. Do my voluntary work helping me? Of course, it's helping me to integrate me in Austrian society. You know, every time I'm speaking about Austrian society, I want to say that it is helping me to integrate me in our society, you know, because I'm living here many years now, and my child was born here in Austria, and of course Austria is like my homeland. And I'm thinking that now I can say that I am part of Austrian society, and of course that means that I think that I'm integrated. I mean, it was you who introduced me to Eric, our director. It's very interesting to have a touch with Tyrolean artists and to feel how they think about themselves and about life and migrants in general. Every time I see some possibility to communicate with people in any level, I'm getting very happy, and I'm very thankful that you introduced me to Eric. My experience while this project, I mean, we had a lot of fun also. It was not just work. The first meeting that we had, it was with Annemarie Regensburger. She's a Tyrol's poet. I thought that I can speak German, and I thought that I can understand. I mean, not everything perfect, but 90%. But then she started talking in German, and I was just thinking, is she speaking in German, or it's some different language? Because it was so, I mean, and I thought that she's just speaking in dialect, in Tyrolean accent, but then I realized when I saw her books that she is writing also in dialect, and I was very surprised because it's not so often that in Austria there is a books in Tyrolean dialects, because all the writers or poets, they are writing in German. Surprisingly, because she's writing about so important things, I understood her lyrics also. And her poems are very kind, and it's about humanity, and it's about to respect and accept each other. It is no big deal to be black or white, because we all are humans, and it don't play a big role have we a different religion or language or traditions. It's important what kind of heart we have and soul. And what I think is very important to say also, that Annemarie, she's doing a lot for migrants also. She's doing a lot of workshops with migrants and with Austrian new generation school children. She had a workshop, Annemarie, with Austrian school children. She was trying to put into each of a child that migration or to be refugee, it's not something bad. it's not the choice of those people who is right now a refugee or a migrant. I feel like I am also lifelong migrant because, and it was not my choice, okay? Because I was just 7 years old when I lost my home, and since I 7 years old, I am migrant, I am refugee, and it was not my choice to leave my hometown. Of course, it is also very important for Austrian new generation to get this information that everything is possible. And Ukraine, it's almost in a center of Europe, it's almost, and it's very near. And we must just think that everything is possible and it can happen here also. And then you must to put yourself in this refugees part, and you will then understand these people also better. There was another artist, a Tyrolean artist, Alois Schild, and what I want to say also here that he has a wonderful wife. She's a French woman, and they are together like 30 years, and I mean, he's an Austrian, she's a French, and they understand each other so good. It is also was a great pleasure to see that these two people from different countries with different traditions and language, they love each other, and when you see such a couples, then you are thinking that it will be everything okay. And Alois Schild, he made a big sculpture for International Film Festival 2019, and it was about wall. And when I asked him why, what was or who was the inspiration for this sculpture, he told me it very simply. His answer was very short and simply, and it was just, you know, it's all about Trump's wall in Mexico. We had a shooting also with Nicole Weniger. She's also a very talented Tyrolean performance artist, and she made, I think in 2013, one project, and it was about burqa. She's doing a lot of performances, but for me, one of most interesting was also performance about the people from Pachakofel. It is like a legend, some story that the real Austrian people were living in Pachakofel. It is one mountain in Austria, but in Tyrol. If we are speaking about this legend, then it was a volcano, and the people was living inside this volcano. And just these people were the real Tyrolean and real Austrian. She sees this situation right now also so that even the people who is born here, who are Austrian, if they will think about this legend, they will also not and believe in this legend. They will also say that, yeah, I'm not Austrian either. Her question was, who has a right to say that I am Austrian or I am Tyrolean? It is a very important question, because I think that country belongs to them who is falling in love in these landscapes and nature and people and traditions. And it's no matter if you are black or white, if you love and respecting all around you, then you can say also that you are Austrian, and it has no reason to be genetically Austrian. As I told in the beginning, it was a great pleasure for me to hear from you that I can be a part of this project. During these shootings, I've learned a lot of things from you. You know, what is necessary to find a really interesting people for this project. And all those people were important for us because they are doing very important job. They are trying with their performances to bring into Tyrolean society these tolerant things that what is very necessary in 21st century. For me, to work with you and to see everything what we are doing for this project was a big experience, and I will use it in future, and I will try to use this knowledge that I got during this shooting with you. Yeah.